Well, this is gonna be a first for me. We're trying to beat an elite boss without using a single paragon, and I'm saying this is gonna be a first because ever since bosses came out, ever since the first Bloonarius was put into the game, Bloonarius came out with paragons. I think that the Dart and the Boomerang Paragon were the first ones to come out, if I remember correctly. So ever since then, we've had paragons available, but that changes in one of these. Again, I call them Ninja Kiwi type of bosses in which they do some weird restrictions. So this one is the paragon limit having set to 0, but at the same time the boss health is at 50%. So that should make things a lot easier, especially these early tiers, because nothing else has been bad. Well, the heli, but you guys know how it goes. There's like a bug with the heli every single update. So, but the way that they seem to want us to beat this is very specific, and actually you don't see strategies like this unless you're seeing some ultra high, high round super late game runs. Those runs are gonna have the strategy that we're gonna be using today, minus the paragon. So, and it's gonna be temple spam. And so, not only that, the paragons are limited, but they also do not allow specific types of heroes. So for example, you would expect if they want us to do a temple strategy, I expected that at least a Dora would be available, but the Dora is not available. So just went with Saw that she's going to help us defend these early rounds, and then we're doing the usual stuff that we do. I don't think that we're going to have any issues with the farming or the amount of money, but I just don't have a feel if, buying like a bunch of temples is going to have enough damage to beat this boss, honestly. And I do feel like this boss event is going to be different in a sense that usually the early ones are the ones that are difficult, and then the late ones, as you get more money, become more easier, right? Let's just keep it like this. We have a bunch of scouts to go through, but the reason why I don't want to upgrade the sniper yet is because, oh my god, is this gonna be a problem? Let me use all this ability. Actually, no, let's get the semi-auto, let's get the sniper on first. So the reason why I didn't want to upgrade the sniper is that if we keep it in place, it's gonna keep stunning Solid, and Solid is a huge part of our defenses as of now. Is this even a good idea? I don't know. Let's get this guy on first. Oh no, no. I think we have it actually. Yes, 8 live, that's super close, but I had to upgrade this thing to the full auto. Okay, yeah, this whole saving of the stuns thingy is not working out. We also need camera detection. Oh my god, no, this run is not going well. Let me just get a, I guess like this, like a shimmer at the back. You know what, I might have made a mistake of just not buying the Elite Defender as soon as possible, so I think I'm just gonna do it now. I'm gonna be honest. Let's just get the Elite Defender. We know that this thing is gonna own Vortex. Hopefully it doesn't stun many of these farms, and hopefully it doesn't stun the Elite Defender itself. I think it won't actually. I think it skipped it, so please don't. Oh, it's on top of it, so let me move this guy on last actually, so that, wait, it popped on top of it and didn't stun it? Why didn't it? What's happening? Is this range a lot smaller than I think it is? I think maybe it's because of the tier 1. But yeah, I should have done this a lot earlier, so now we can get onto the farming, but that's completely fine. So the sniper is gonna defeat this thing by itself. I'm keeping it on first, by the way, because we're leaking some cow balloons with Solid, because these balloons are getting sped up. But that's basically it. That's the tier 1. Okay, so let's move on to more farming. Let's sell this thing. And I am gonna have a village here for sure, so it's probably something like a 102 farm. And then how many can we have here? I think this is the limit, right? We cannot have any more. So maybe I'm just going to do something like this, like a 420. We're going to get an NG here on the side. Can I get the NG in the range of the discount village? Is asking for too much, guys? I think it is. So for this specific farm, I guess for this specific boss event, I guess you could say I'm doing something a little bit different for the tier 2. And that is I'm buying an overclock NG for all these 420 farms. So that is the correct way to farm, by the way. But I usually don't do this because it's tedious. I'm gonna be honest. And oh, let me just use the ability. And I usually don't do this, but the reason why I'm doing it now is because we're gonna be buying a bunch of temples, and none of these NGs are gonna go to waste later on. And that's kind of my main thing. So where do we want to have? I think I should probably remove this and then just have the Malik here towards the side. I don't think we care about money that much. I'm not exactly worried about how far Vortex is making it, just because it's a 50% HP, but I should be getting it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna sell one single farm just to get the mat, and it's kind of getting. It's not that close, but it's like it's making me uncomfortable a little bit how close it's getting to the mat. So let's just do it like this, but let's also make sure to not stun our farms or Solid that much. So if we can keep it like this, I think that I'm gonna be super fine with that. Let me just use Solid's level 3. Wipe these ones, and that was the second wave of ceramics at 63, by the way, which we need to be paying attention to. And that is that's the third one, so we're gonna use just the level 10 ability, wipe these guys, and that's about it. So we are keeping Vortex in place, and none of the farms is getting stunned so far, and that's just perfect, guys. Nothing is getting stunned. Okay, and this is gonna be the last one, and after we deal with this call, then I think we're just going straight to farming, I think. So let's do do that, let's, oh, we have a bunch of, these are sped up, aren't they? Yes, they are. Let me use Sola's ability, by the way. Oh my god. Am I gonna lose on the last ones? How big of a wave is that? Do I wanna risk it? I don't think I do. I'm just gonna hit home, actually. Okay, so same thing, but apparently I used an ability, I guess, so that is why I wasn't able to intervene, or what. I don't even know what happened, but now I saved the mad ability, and that seems to have been enough. So let's just quickly sell the mad. I think we need to help Sala a little bit, because she's gonna start to struggle versus these BFBs. Actually, I think she's dealing with mobs, no problem, but BFBs are an issue. So I should probably just rebuy something like this, like a 130, and just have it attacking. Just, it's not a lot, it's a little bit of damage. Maybe just get like a 200 village. It's gonna be enough. So the only thing that we want to have is to be able to deal with BFBs. That's about it. So let's just aim this guy like this, and I do want to get a Monkeyopolis, actually. So let me buy a bunch of 420 farms. Just make space for everyone. Oh yeah, this starting might not have been the best choice, because I keep having to micro this thing. But I did buy an NG so that we can buff the Monkeyopolis, and then buy just the biggest one that we can. And then after we're done with it, this is not the way to do things, by the way. I should have done a 5-0 farm and then just gotten a bunch of 4-0s, but that's completely fine, because again, I'm not exactly worried about the farming and the amount of money that we're gonna be having in this run. So let me do that. Let's do that. How many farms is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's gonna be a 10 farm one. That's gonna be a big one, guys. We're gonna need 50k for it though. Okay, so we do have 50k now, so let's overclock this thing, and bang, there we go. How much money is this thing making? 2.5k. That's not a lot. We would have gotten a bunch more money out of the 5-0, but that's completely fine. Okay, so it's round 79, and I do not want to be buying a temple yet. So here is the plan for this one. I actually want to be getting, how do I want to do this? I bought a favorite trades bows, by the way. So how do I want to do this? I think, wait, first off, we need something that I should have done a while back, but I need a Monkey City for this thing. So let's just get a Monkey City for the Monkeyopolis, and then inside of its range, I want to keep buying, first off, the mat, which is going to get buffed by something. I need to buy an overclock. Actually, does this guy? Yeah, this guy has not been upgraded, so let's get an overclock for this guy, for the mat. And I also want to buy the Ray of Doom, just because these guys are a nice combination in just dealing with stuff like this. Oh my god, I just played myself. I even tried to micro them out of the way, but they're shooting, like, you guys see that they're attacking, they're aiming towards the top, but it's just the boss is in their way. So let's just lock this thing in place. Let's get the mat locked in place like this, and then let's finally get the overclock onto the mat. We should probably do something like a jungle jump so that we give them a little bit of attack speed. And then I'm gonna do a 401 alchemist. He's buffing a lot of towers, so hopefully some of those buffs go into the darlings. Yeah, you know what? Let's just get a temple. It's completely fine. We're gonna need a temple anyways, and a VTSG actually eventually. So let me sell this thing. Let's get a temple. Let's get a what's this gonna be? This is gonna be a support temple for sure. Well, not a support, but it's gonna have the support sacrifice. So let's go like this. Let's give it the magic through this thing, and let's give it the primary through the boomerang. And I think that that's completely fine, right? Oh, we don't have the money actually. We are just there. No, this is getting close. Let me overclock this thing. Let's use the ability. Where's the Ray of Doom attacking? It's attacking in the right spot. We just need the money. Okay, so Vortex is gonna go back, and then we're gonna need $100,000 for this temple. No, I probably should have done this a little bit earlier. Let me actually do this. Let me use the ability from the village. I just, oh my, please go back. Please tell me these guys are gonna defend. Let me just sell the wizard that we have here on the side, and I feel like the sacrifice is gonna be enough, right? We have everything right, so let me just buy the temple now, and hopefully it helps out a little bit in doing damage. Can it see it? No, it can't, but okay, one more skull left. We need to give it all on this skull. So what am I doing? I mean, maybe like a cope attack zone at the back, which is getting bumped by 420. Did I buy the perma brew? No, I bought the perma brew. Let's get a 420 alchemist with the cope attack zone. This is super close. So I think we have it actually. Mad ability just came off cooldown, and I actually got it. Okay. That was a tier 3. Okay, so now we can finally sell all of these guys, and we sold them. I guess this is a little bit of a consolation price. I sold them in the range of the favorite trades bow, and I'm super happy about that, I guess. But let me just check the buffs on these guys. So what is getting overclocked and what's... I feel like this is not getting overclocked, so let me do that. Let me get a tick bot. That's probably going to be the last one, honestly, the last NG. So let's go like this, and let's get the tech bot hooked up to the last NG, and now it's just time to get more farms, guys. That's about it. Okay, actually the money is almost there. I was a little bit wrong, but I do want to buy it as soon as possible. So hopefully I didn't mess up any of these sacrifices and things, because that's gonna be super bad. Nope, that's fine. Okay, here comes the VTSG, so let's get its range. And let's start buying the support towers. So Homeland, let me just get a Permabrew Alchemist. We need some debuffs, so let me just get a Sniper as well. Have the Sniper on Strong as a debuff, and oh my god, this thing is melting it. The problem is that it's getting stunned, so maybe we need to buy something like a what? Something like, I need to be really quick with this, but just a couple of spikes. I should use the village ability and then use the spike storm so that we get a huge spike burst, and that should be it got stunned again. Come on, dude, what's the stun range on this thing? It's gonna get stunned again. No. Oh my god, I missed the placement a little bit. It feels like it should have been more towards the right. Okay, so we're coming near the end of this thing. I know that you can barely see anything, but I'm gonna reduce the FX when the tier 5 comes out. So that was the tier 4, and now I think that I'm gonna turn off all the start, and we have to start thinking about buying up these temples. And this is gonna be around 190. So we have a bunch of, it's not a lot, we're gonna have easily over $2 million, and I think that I'm just gonna spend all the money into temples. Okay, I feel like the temple placement is not exactly optimal, but that's completely fine. So let's buy, what are we buying? I'm gonna get a, I shouldn't be buying them up to the bureau actually. I should be just doing something like this, like a 220, but I do want at least one of them to become a call to arms, so we can have 100% uptime on the ability. And then what else? We have a bunch of money left over, so I feel like I'm just gonna stack all of these towers towards the side. Okay, I'm done. This actually took a very long time to do. It would have been easier to just buy the Paragons, but that's completely fine. So here is the setup. It looks like a mess, and I know my placements could have been a little bit better actually on these temples, but I bought a couple of temples. I also bought these overclocks, which we're going to be using onto them. And I bought a bunch of sun avatars because these are the most efficient, damage to price towers, and they're also going to be getting buffed by just a million things. So all these temples have the support buff, so these sun avatars are going to be super strong. Even the ones around here are going to have the permabrew buff, which that reminds me, I should get the faster throwing actually to distribute the buff a little bit faster. And then I just bought 204 snipers on strong, and that's about it. I have $700,000 left, and this map is full, and that is what happens when you don't have any paragons. I also bought some small cope towers, like for example the flying fortress, or this guy right here, the Archmage Wizard. That's about it. I just started using these abilities, so let's go like this, and let's use the mad ability, which, oh my god, you can't even see, it's missing. You can't even see what's happening. Oh, that's too many towers on screen, I feel like. Let's overclock our temples. I don't even know what's happening. I mean, everything is attacking this thing, and they seem to be doing a very good job because the boss is being kept in place. But there's so many projectiles, and these guys' range, thanks to the supporters, their range is huge, and everyone is just attacking the same spot. This is just, I don't know, it's a slideshow, but it's a slideshow for me as well because there's just way too many things on screen. I mean, this is peak BT6, guys. This is what it's all about. I'm just clicking these abilities, and it's not even registering that the abilities are getting clicked, so I'm just clicking them multiple times. Let me just reduce this thing a little bit further. Let's just go at like 35%. Oh my god, look at this thing go. Let's just use the I think, yeah, the homeland is down, so let's just use the call to arms ability, get some damage going. And I feel like I forgot to overclock the last temple, which is here at the top, as if it wasn't a mess already on screen. But yeah, let's make it an even bigger mess. Okay, this is just not a good sight, but I did want to just kind of pause and take your attention towards something else. That is the fact that this VTSG has been stunned for like a few skulls, but the boss is being kept around the same area, and what that tells me is that all of these sun avatars are getting buffed by some of them, most of them actually buffed by the permabrew, along with the temple buffs and along with the snipers, is enough to do just, it seems like, I don't know, millions of damage, because they are the ones that are keeping the boss in place. So yeah, the VTSG is actually, it's gonna have the most amount of damage, but it's gonna have the most amount of damage as a single tower, because throughout this entire cycle, ever since it started getting stunned, it just hasn't gotten an attack off yet, and everything that it's being done by these small towers. But maybe if you just buy like less of these guys. But yeah, this thing is gonna melt your phone for sure. I mean, look at this thing. My frame rate is at like 5. This is just so sad. But yeah, we indeed take it down, and this is the no paragon run that Ninja Q wanted us to have. I wish they would give us a Dora. Dora would make this whole setup just go insane, because it gives the attack speed buff. So all of these guys, imagine them just attacking like 100% times attack speed, I think it gives them. Yeah, that would have been insane. Yeah, that was the no paragon storm, which is an absolute destructor of your PC and your phones or whatever you're playing on. It's gonna destroy your hardware, but it was a fun boss nonetheless, because we don't do things like this anyways. So that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I'll see you on the next one.